back to Raven Sexton's Blackbird Diaries. In this episode, I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I want to cover some practices for managing anxiety and stress, particularly anxiety. These days, it seems like that's the biggest topic, and I can understand why. It comes from everything and everywhere. We are constantly dealing with things that are out of our control. And a good many of us will push it down and pretend it's not there and cope with it and come out the other side. And then there are days when the littlest thing will just set us off, or it gets quiet and we start to think it's going too well. When's that other shoe going to drop? That's anxiety. There are other days when, out of the blue, for no good reason, the heart starts racing, the mind starts spinning, emotions are all over the map. We're like, what the actual hell? So if you're to the point where you recognize this, let's see if I can give you some ideas on how to deal with it. Very simple stuff. I'll do other episodes talking a little bit more about anxiety and the fact that it is an absolute lying bastard, and I think I've put something on my blog about that. Anxiety is a beast, but we can manage it. We can get through it, and we can turn it around. Those who have dealt with anxiety, who have managed it, who have stayed on top of it, and learned to let things go, are amazingly strong individuals, some of the most compassionate people I've ever known. If you're dealing with anxiety, you actually are in control. It won't feel like it at all, but you have the ability to deal with it. You have the ability to manage it. So I'll give you a few ideas, and hopefully over time we can build on that. So I'll jump right in. When you feel the panic setting in, the racing heart, the spinning thoughts, you start to recognize the patterns of self-sabotage and doubt and questions, self-criticism. You're already well into making a difference for yourself. You recognize it. Stop it. I know it's not simple. There's more. When you catch it, tell yourself it is just the anxiety. And then start to practice some of these things. Perhaps start with mindfulness. You're already partway there. And meditation. An example, when anxiety starts telling you you're not enough, or no one's there, or they don't care, or they're lying. Stop the dialogue, stop listening, and start to run through in your mind all the good things, all the things that went right, and all the things that prove the lie wrong. All the things that prove anxiety is just there trying to undermine you. Take yourself to those good moments. Remind yourself of those little surprises that you never expected. The hellos, the thinking of you, the how are you okay? These are genuine questions. Even though anxiety is going to say, they don't really mean it, or, they're just placating you. Who the hell cares? The question was asked. Someone reached out. Anxiety is usually why you pull back or you discount it. Well, tell it to shut the hell up. Someone reached out. Someone cared. They asked how you're doing. You're not alone. The last time you got in a conversation with someone and it turned into commiseration about my life sucks, well, my life sucks better. Yeah. You're not alone. Somebody else is going through the same thing. Probably wasn't the healthiest conversation because nobody came to a conclusion that would help, but it shows you you're not alone. But you are in control. Get physical. Go for a walk. Hammer a nail. Yell. Run. Exercise. Okay, so that's not top of my list, but some folks get their best stress reduction, their best way of dealing with anxiety is to exercise. And it's a good thing. Go swimming. Something that moves the body. Scientists have proven physical motion releases endorphins. It's a big stress reliever. And it gets you out of your head. Personally, I love long walks. Do I take a lot of them? No, I find other ways to deal with it. But find what works for you. Physical exercise is definitely a good thing. Just get your body moving. We carry our stress, we carry our angst, we carry so many things in our muscles and in our bones. Move them around. Shake that shit off. Yeah, it's going to come back. Shake it off again. Build a pattern. Break a pattern. Do something different. Do something exciting. Get a little adrenaline rush. Go somewhere. Go for a drive. Get yourself moving. Get out of the place you're sitting. Just do it. Another suggestion is deep breathing and relaxation techniques. I will at some point post some of these on my blog, some meditations. I will begin recording some to help with everything from anxiety to some of the things I'm going to be teaching on meditation and that. Find a good relaxation technique that works for you and use deep breathing. I cannot recommend this enough. It's been proven that deep breathing helps change brainwaves, helps with the chemistry of the brain, helps calm you down, bring down your heart rate, your blood pressure. Diaphragmatic breathing, or quote, box breathing. 4 in, hold 4, slow breath out for 4. It's very simple, it's very helpful. It activates the body's relaxation response. Easy one, yawn. Force it. I know that sounds crazy, but force it. Ever been around someone who yawns and you find that you do it too? We are empathic individuals. As a species, we have empathy. We do actually connect with others without knowing it. A nice, big, forced yawn, I'll make myself do it here in a second, just thinking about it actually helps the body to relax. And so does the mind. Sometimes sleep is really all it needs. All that's needed to deal with anxiety. Often anxiety comes out of being overtired, overstimulated. Step away. Long, deep breath, a yawn, and rest. My favorite one is the 5-4-3-2-1 method. It is using the 5 physical senses. And it takes a moment, very simple. Check your surroundings and do these things. Focus on 5 things you see. Don't just see them. Look at the details. Let yourself examine them. Look up at a tree. Does it have leaves? What color? What does the sunlight look like coming through them? Is there no sunlight? What do the clouds look like behind them? What's in it? Birds? Squirrels? Nothing? What does the bark look like? Is there moss on it? What's the moss doing? Blowing in the wind? Or staring at you? Look at the animals. What are they doing? People. What are they wearing? Traffic. What does it look like? Stare at a cloud. Ever do that? What do you see in the clouds? What do you see in the grass? See that person taking a header walking across the park? You got to admit that's a little funny. And you see it. 5 things you see. Next, 4 things you feel. We are tactile beasts. Touch. A pet's fur, or a pet's scales, or a pet's feathers. Pet them. It's proven to be a huge endorphin rush. Big stress reliever. Run your hands under cold water. Run your hands under warm water if you're cold. Instant relief. This is involuntary. Brings the heart rate down. Shifts your thinking. Feel it. Let it flow over your hands. Throw water on your face. Take a shower. Take a bath. Feel. 4 things. 3 things you hear. Take a moment. Don't say anything. Close your eyes and listen. What do you hear? Birds? Dogs barking? Rooster crowing? Cars? What does that make you think of? Does it remind you of anything? The wind? Running water? Just listen. Pick up on all the things you don't usually notice because you're so busy, so distracted. 3 things you hear. 2 things you smell. Your shampoo, coffee, dinner cooking, that really good barbecue place around the corner, fresh mown grass, the trees. Okay, a chicken coop. Things that aren't so pleasant. Doesn't matter. Smell them. What do they remind you of? Finally, 1 thing you taste. My recommendation, you're dealing with anxiety. Find something that is either going to shock you out of your thought process, anything with vinegar or salt, but I'd go for vinegar, or something that makes you happy. For some, it's chocolate. For me, it's coffee. A nice cocktail, a nice soda, a milkshake, a hot dog, whatever it is that makes you happy when you taste it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See, feel, hear, smell, taste. The point of this is to bring you back to the present, to help ground you and remind you of what is real, instead of the made-up scenarios and fears and voices in your head. Again, to add an extra boost to those steps. Focus on those things that bring you joy, bring you comfort, bring you memories of the best moments in your life. And every time the anxiety tries to intrude with other thoughts, push it out the door and lock it. Revel in that feeling. Remember that joy. Remember that comfort. A hug. a kiss on the cheek. Remember that. And get yourself in the pattern when the anxiety hits. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And just let it sit in there as you move on with your day. Now, if you go to my post on the blog, I have several other suggestions on harnessing the power of your thoughts, building your support network, nurturing your self-compassion. And I'll let you go out and read those. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me, leave a comment. You can go to my main site at ravensexton.com and reach out. You can even email me at admin@ravensexton.com. Take some time to take care of yourself and understand that anxiety is very temporary. It's going to lie to you. It's born out of old trauma, old BS, old conditioning that was meant to help you survive at one time that really is no use to you anymore. And over time, and patience and compassion for yourself, you got this. Take care. And I hope to talk to you again.